Hello, my good people. How are you guys doing? Thank you, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. As I used to say, I love you guys and I like you so much. And I also appreciate what you are doing for me. I thank you so much and I cannot thank you guys enough. This is Dan Speaks Common Sense TV, where we say the reality, we say things the way it is. And we don't have to be scared or afraid of somebody as long as we are doing the right thing in this channel. But one good thing is this: every human being has conscience, and that conscience, it doesn't matter how you want to suppress it, the conscience will still be telling you when you are wrong and when you are right. So it's left for you to choose whether to do the right thing or the wrong thing. And when somebody is talking about something that is real, uh, whether you are doubting that person, whether you are believing that person, it doesn't make any change, because reality stands and truth stands forever. Your propaganda, or you are lying, or you are fake behavior, or news or broadcast can never change the reality, because anything that is real has already been established as long as this earth is concerned. So, and if you fail to believe that the spiritual controls the physical, that means you're done for. But when you understand that the spiritual controls the physical, then you realize that you don't have power to change anything. And you don't have any power to make things to work the way you wanted it. More especially, if you want something in a wrong way, it's not going to work. Because when you want something in a wrong way, you're going to be lying, you're going to be faking, there will be a lot of propaganda everywhere, because you guys are not straightforward. But if you come and talk to the spiritual world that, look, I don't need this, and look at my reason why I don't want this, I don't want that, then they will look into your case. If it's legit, if it's something that they know you deserve, my brother, my sister, they will help you to fight and get it. It doesn't matter how many millions are against you. I mean, they will help you and make you succeed, because what you are fighting for, or what you are demanding, or what you are asking for, is your right. And they will make sure you possess it. So, what am I saying here? There is a lot of news going out there, whether real or fake. They are up there all over social media. But like I said, in this Dan Speaks Common Sense TV, we say the truth. We walk with our common sense, and we walk with our conscience. And that is why when we are talking here, we talk with the wisdom of God Almighty. So, my good people, why am I here today? If you watch my previous videos where I analyze and gave you some clips about what is happening, I made you guys to understand that Simon Ekpa cannot be repatriated to Nigeria. Because number one, he is a Finnish citizen. Number two, he's a military there. Number three, he married a Finnish and he has children over there. So there is no way Finnish will let their own to go. No, it's not possible. So today, I am here to make you to understand that a lot of people has been saying that Biafra is a spirit, but they don't know why. A lot of people are talking. A lot of people are quoting that, but they don't know what it means. And most of them don't really know what they are saying. They are just saying it maybe before, like because others are saying it, but they don't know what it means. But when you pay attention and see how things has been going, how things has been unfolding since Simon Ekpa enters into this struggle or into this liberation of his people, since he has been fighting for his people to get freedom. If you started from the beginning till now, you will realize that really, that this is a spiritual battle. You will know that yes, those people that say Biafra is a spirit, is real, it's a spirit. It moves. It moves. It do things, a lot of great things. So my good people, I don't want to waste much of your time, but I will allow you to listen. Just listen. These few clips of video I put together for you here. Just listen and pay attention. You will realize and believe with me that that Biafra is really, really a spirit. And this battle these guys are fighting is a spiritual battle. It's not ordinary, my good people. Just listen very carefully and follow all the clips till the end. You're going to learn a lot. And after finishing watching these videos, please, my good people, I need your comment down there. Tell me if what these guys are doing is right or wrong to liberate their own people that has been suffering and still suffering. If you are in their shoes, what will you do different? Will you still be afraid that will make you a coward? And for you being a coward will put you into bondage and slavery. So now, for you to liberate yourself and your people, and being in bondage and slavery. Which one do you choose? If you choose freedom, in that case, that means these people, they are fighting a just cause. Then stop blaming them. Stop accusing them. Even though you don't want to join them or whatever, pray for them. Pray that God, let God's will be done, and leave the rest to God and them. And stop sabotaging them. Stop being a stumbling block to them. Stop being their enemy. Stop hating them. They are on a journey. And without God, they will not reach to this extent they are now. That means for them to be able to reach where they are now, that means God Almighty supported what they are doing. I don't know why it's difficult for people to understand this. It's only God. Only God can give you the power and the strength and the connection to be able to achieve what these guys have achieved up to this extent. And I know that they will achieve more. Because if you are persecuting people, you are slaving people in a country that everybody owns. And some set of people or group of people feels that they own it more than other people. So now they're going to treat other people anyhow they like. And those people say, no, we don't want this thing again. We are tired. I don't think it's a problem. I don't think there should be any resistance for them to be able to get their freedom and live on their own. Develop their side. So I don't know why they are being stopped. I don't know why they fight them. I don't know why they are killing them. I don't know why they are sending military. This is just an easy thing for peace to reign. For peace to reign. So, my good people, I want you to drop your comment below. After listening to me and these few clips of video I put together to you, I want you to be the judge and tell me what you think at the comment section. Thank you, my good people. God bless you guys. I appreciate you guys. If this is your first time of coming to this our channel, this is Dan Speaks Common Sense TV, where we say the reality, where we say things the way it is. This channel. So please, don't forget to subscribe, my good people. Please, help us to subscribe and share our videos. And follow us, because you're going to be learning a lot. We're going to be bringing you things that makes sense, because in this channel we believe in common sense. When we bring a video here, we will analyze it and tell you the details in it before you even watch it. That's what we are here for you. But I believe all these clips I put together for you, when you are watching it, pay attention. Listen very carefully. And you will know that Biafra is a spirit. And pray for those who are fighting for the freedom of you and your generation. It doesn't matter whether you are from Yoruba or Hausa or Igbo, wherever you come from, freedom favors everybody. Everybody wants to be free, because when you are free, your children will be free, your generation will be free. But if you sabotage the freedom or you work against the freedom, that means you want to still remain in bondage and slavery. And after you serving, your children will serve. Your children, that means your generation will be a lineage of slavery still. So why can't you do your children a favor? Why can't you do your generation a favor and pay that sacrifice so that they will enjoy their staying on earth? And when you comes back, you will also enjoy the freedom that you have established. Thank you, my good people, again. This is Dan Speaks Common Sense TV. I appreciate you guys watching. Please be safe out there, and God bless you. See you next. Bye.
The UK Parliament.
Yes.
The wording is that the Office of the Commonwealth must make sure they use their diplomatic power and ties to compel, though they did not use the word compel, but to compel Nigeria government to organize referendum for a possible freedom of Biafra. And this is exactly what we are all asking. Now, if this did not happen, are you ready to lead us to do anything to get the freedom of Biafra?
Yes.
Which I'm going to be number one to follow you.
Yes. You think we're going to live like this, like a bunch of animals forever? Of course not. Of course not. It can't, they know it very well that we are coming. And I will come and I'll bring hell with me. They understand it very well. You better give me Biafra now. If they do not give me Biafra now, the zoo, I'm making it very clear to the whole world so they understand what I'm saying very clearly. So that by the time that we are gone, history they will remember the deeds of God upon our lives. We have not come for anything else. I don't exist for anything else. It's only for Biafra to come. If you're not going to give me that Biafra, I will destroy everything I see on my path. I'm being honest with you. There is no other outcome. Forget about all those speaking grammar and that's rubbish. Give us a referendum, as those British MPs tried to do, in keeping with the fact that in England you have people that have soul and conscience. If you have a referendum today and people say foolishly vote to remain in one Nigeria, I will give up. But that's where we're going to, and nothing.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. May God bless you all from here.
Thank you. Thank you, PM.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
So much is riding on this election, especially for young people in Nigeria. They're desperate for change, is my view. Why are you so determined to undermine democracy?
I think undermining democracy is not the right word. Rather, promoting democracy. You give the people a choice. And the choice of the Biafra people is a referendum. It is also a democratic process. So That is not undermining a democracy. More accepted democratic process is when you give the people choice to decide their fate.
But they have a choice. This is an election which will be following democratic lines.
In Nigeria, Biafran people do not have a choice. And that is a historical problem created by the Britain. So everybody, as you have been a journalist with your experience and the history of Nigeria, you will agree with me that Nigeria is a mistake because of the tribal and dangerous diversity in Nigeria, which is also a destructive diversity. So when you give the people the choice to choose how they want to live, that is a true democracy. A democracy is not when you bring in the military and invade communities, burn the communities because people are protesting. You kill them. Is that democracy? Do you do that in the United Kingdom? The answer is no.
But what about your role in all this? Your tweets.
My role.
Wait a minute. Your role in all this. Your tweets and your social media. Why the need for violence?
It is. Yeah.
At least 1,500 people died in the last 3 presidential election campaigns.
Was it my fault then?
And there have been deaths so far in this one too.
That's what we want to correct by making sure we do not continue to validate an evil entity that subject their citizens to death. So the only solution to this is to disintegrate this evil entity and allow people to make their choice so that they can develop and practice politics in the best way possible, just like the Europeans here.
So are you justifying the violence that comes from the kind of stuff that you...
It is not, the violence is not about what I do. It is the provocation of the policy of Nigeria. Okay? So it is a long time bomb coming. So what you see happening now, Nigeria have a history of violence from the beginning of Nigeria. After independence, every election in Nigeria has witnessed violence. So it is not about me. I am here as a good guy to put an end, to have a lasting solution to the violence that have caused the life of thousands of Nigerians.
But do you not accept that some of the things that you say has engendered this kind of...
From your own perspective, you can translate it and interpret it however you want. But from my own perspective, I think I am the good guy trying to teach the people that they have a right.
So there's no blood on your hands?
There is no blood on my hand. There are more blood on those supporting the election, supporting this particular coming election. They have more blood in their hand. In Imo State, you have a governor that have invaded his own state, killed people, and why are you people not talking about that? Those are the people that have blood in their hand. All the people that have been elected in Nigeria since 1960 all have had bloods in their hand, and nobody is asking the question. I am just the good guy who say enough is enough. Somebody have to say something, and somebody have to do something, and we're doing it.
But couldn't you make more progress if you were in the tent, as it were, rather than out of the tent?
You can't.
In another country.
Sorry?
You're in Finland.
Yes.
So wouldn't it be better if you went back home and did the political thing there?
You should know. You see, I learn from what happened to others. I don't want to put my life in danger because the country, as far as I'm concerned, does not exist. Any country that does not respect the rule of law does not exist.
You're scared you might be killed?
Not everybody. You know that. You can say that as well. Yes.
There's a bounty on
because
your head.
Because yes, there's a bounty on my head because Nigeria, because of the Islamic agenda in Nigeria, whoever that rises up to say something that will, make the life of the people to be better, they want to kill the person. They assassinate people every day. And today you see that there is a video that has been released by a man called Ikenga Imo, when an assassin invaded his house and they wanted to kill him. They are police officers. But if there is no CCTV, they will say unknown gunmen. These are the people that are causing all this crisis in Biafra land. But without that video, everybody has concluded that they are unknown gunmen. Today we have known them. What are the government doing about it? What are the international community doing about it? Every evidences that have surfaced anywhere about CCTV camera, it has always been security agent from the Nigeria state. Nobody is talking about that. That is what we are fighting against. We are defending ourselves and we have armed ourselves to fight Nigeria till the last day. We have done it before. The only difference now is that today we have social media. If social media was there in the 1960s, somebody would do what I'm doing today. In those days, you have we have a man called Okokondem. Okokondem was broadcasting for Radio Biafra and was propagating Biafra stuff, but because there were no social media, so he would have done even more than I'm doing today, I believe so. So this is what it makes a difference. And my activities on social media is educating the people, telling them they are right, that you have a right to say no, and you have the right to say yes.
Who's funding you and your organisation?
Biafra people are funding my organisation.
Not the Tinubu party.
I have nothing to do with Tinubu, and you know, it's very funny. A lot of people said Tinubu paid me 25 million. How is that possible? How is it possible?
You're denying he
I don't know who is Tinubu. I have never communicated with anybody close to him. Just like the way they forged the letter. The reason why this letter issue, Nigeria is a criminal country. They breed criminals. And that's what we're fighting against. The reason why the letter on gets sorted out easily and fast was because it was against Finland, and Finland have to officially react to the letter, and the letter went viral. There are so many lies against me out there on social media. Nobody could come and say it is not true. Okay, so and those lies, when they continue to say it and maintain it, it becomes truth when nobody debunk it.
You talk about criminals. Do you think the candidates for the presidency are criminals?
They are all criminals, yes. All of them.
Even Peter Obi?
Peter Obi is a criminal.
But he's a southerner, isn't he?
He doesn't. I am not a tribal. Listen, I'm not a tribalist. I'm not a tribalist, and that is what makes us different. We want. If I'm criticizing you, I criticize you with fact and figures. I'm going to tell you how all of them are. Do I explain? One, starting from Atiku. Atiku was indicted in the United States for money laundering. He's a criminal. How do you think if Nigeria is a United States, Atiku will come back and start contesting with the criminal record he has to have for money laundering? Tinubu was indicted in the United States for drug pushing. The records are there, so it's criminal. Nigeria is being ruled by criminals, and they breed criminals. Peter Obi his name was in Pandora. He didn't deny it. It's also the part of money laundering, international money laundering crime. He has $15 million in offshore accounts.
But surely Obi, being a southerner, is on the side of your people.
That is the problem. Why must you have somebody that have to be in the side of my people? That is the dangerous diversity that have brought us this far, because it will never work. Everything about Nigeria is what favors my people. We want a Biafra where everything favors everybody. But when you have Nigeria, it is either Fulani. Now we don't even have Hausa anymore because Fulani have overshadowed them. So it is either you are fighting for Northerner as a Fulani Muslim, or you are fighting for Yorubas, or you are fighting for Igbo people. So how can you continue in that kind of system? This is why we must make sure that we do not validate Nigeria again.
Right. What's your relationship with Mr. Kanu at the moment?
Kanu is the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, and I regard him as my leader.
Do you talk? Do you have contact with him?
Well, we communicate somehow, but that's a confidential issue.
Because you see, he's disavowed violence. He thinks he's made statements to say that
everybody condemn violence. I condemn violence.
Okay.
I have always condemned violence. On social media, maybe you don't follow that. But where is the violence coming? Who are those committing the violence? They are the Nigeria state. And their intention is to use violence to blackmail what we're doing. And of course, you do not expect people who are Nigerians who are angry, who have lost hope. And the next thing you see from them is when you are hopeless, you become violent. So what is happening now is not caused by anybody. It is caused by the system itself. And until we begin to understand that the violence happening in Nigeria is being generated by the Nigeria system itself, we will never be telling ourselves the truth.
Are you going to rein in your rhetoric a little bit now? Because
How?
We're in the election period. You know people hang on to your words, and it can cause some violence, can't it?
Well, I don't care. We are already at war. In Biafra side of Nigeria, there is a war going on there, and I don't know why medias are not covering it. Do you see a democratic place where the plane will be throwing bombs to the people? It's war. The villages are getting burnt, houses are getting burnt. Even in Ukraine, where you're going to now, the number of people dying in Biafra land outnumber the people dying in Ukraine. So how do you balance that? And who are doing this? The Nigeria themselves, the Nigeria state. You know, when the military comes to the village, instead of protecting the people, they get angry because they obey our orders and then they start burning their villages. So we don't want to continue like that. We want to have, the only solution to this is the disintegration of Nigeria. And if Nigeria do not disintegrate now, the disintegration later on will be very, very, very chaotic. It will be very hard before international community, if they continue to let us manage this and force people into election in Biafra land, when this time bomb is going to explode, it will affect everyone.
One last question.
Yeah.
Who's going to win the election?
Election is not happening in Biafra land.
Because you don't want people to vote?
Not me. Biafra have decided. I am telling you the fact. There is nothing that will make Biafrans people to go out and vote. This is a life and death matter. We have come a long way. For over 50 years, Nigeria have done all manner of genocide, committed genocide against our people, kill us every day, and you expect us to allow them to continue to kill us, to elect governors that will bring military and militarize our territory? We can't do that again.
That's 11 million votes, isn't it?
Nobody will vote in Biafra land. I am telling you the fact. It will shock the world. We've made up our mind and we know what we have on ground. Nobody will vote in Biafra land.
Even if that undermines the rest of the...
It is not undermining. No. This particular civil disobedience is also a democratic process. And I want you to see it in that perspective. When people say, I don't want, it is their choice. And if you think that there are people who want to vote, that are bigger in number, conduct a referendum. As simple as that. For now, we control 90% of Biafra people. 90%.
Thank you.
You get me? In fact, some Yorubas were telling me when I was in Lagos last weekend that it is we, the Northerners, when we are in charge of Lagos as federal capital, that open room for Igbos to come and dominate them. And it's over now. And it's over. All the businesses Igbos are doing, we are going to bring it and do it. Do you get me? That's why Buhari have to sign that Lagos is going to be given special status. We are going to have a kind of semi-regional system. Lagos is going to have special status. It means nobody again will control Lagos. The indigenes of Lagos are the ones that are going to control Lagos. They can form land policies. Do you get me? They may decide to say, you as a Yoruba man in Lagos, you will pay 5,000 naira per annum for a land as tenant rent. Me as a Hausa man, I will pay 10,000 naira. Igbo man will pay 1 million naira. This is why they are heading for. And I'm telling you, after 4 years, at least not we are liberal, but in the Southwest, after 4 years, Igbos can never be useful, relevant again in the Southeast. Wait and see. In fact, the plan of APC is that they are going to make alliance of Northwest economic development. The West has the ocean. Can you hear me?
Yes.
The North has agricultural produce.
Yes.
So what they are going to do, the government is going to develop all the agricultural and mineral resources in the North. And then they will put primary industries here. And then go and export, finally finish them in Lagos or Southwest and export them and bring back the money and share it between the two regions. Let them drink their oil. This is the plan on ground. What Oba of Lagos said that we are pushing them to the ocean. Most of these markets that are banning in Lagos, look at it, they are Igbo-dominated markets. You get me? In fact, some Yorubas were telling me when I was in Lagos last weekend that it is we, the Northerners, when we are in charge of Lagos as federal capital, that open room for Igbos to come and dominate them. And it's over now. And it's over. All the businesses Igbos are doing, we are going to bring it and do it. Do you get me? That's why Buhari have to sign that Lagos is going to be given special status. We are going to have a kind of semi-regional system. Lagos is going to have special status. It means nobody again will control Lagos. The indigenes of Lagos are the ones that are going to control Lagos. They can form land policies. Do you get me? They may decide to say, you as a Yoruba man in Lagos, you will pay 5,000 naira per annum for a land as tenement rent. Me as a Hausa man, I will pay 10,000 naira. Igbo man will pay 1 million naira. This is why they are heading to war. And I'm telling you, after 4 years, at least not we are liberal, but in the Southwest, after 4 years, Igbos can never be useful, relevant again in the Southeast. Wait and see. In fact, the plan of APC is that they are going to make alliance of Northwest economic development. The West has the ocean. Can you hear me?
Yes.
The North has agricultural produce.
Yes.
So what they are going to do, the government is going to develop all the agricultural and mineral resources in the North. And then they will put primary industries here. And then go and export, finally finish them in Lagos or Southwest and export them and bring back the money and share it between the two regions. Let them drink their oil. This is the plan on ground.